Hello there everyone. Today we're going to tie this. This is a very classic Danish sea trout fly. It's I think this would be great for any type of wet fly for trouts in streams or in rivers or in lakes as well. It's a fairly simple pattern, but it's just a fly that just has been continually throughout year after year producing a lot of trouts here in Denmark. So a lot of people have been asking me to do this pattern as a fly tying video. So here goes, especially in Denmark. But I'm sure this will catch trout, anywhere in the world. So it's called the Shadow, and for this we're going to use an Arix 580 hook. It's a nice wet fly hook, and the thread we're going to use is a black one. This is a Vivus GSP thread. It's not that challenging. There is some pretty basic fly tying techniques in here, but it's just one of those patterns that just for some reason just continues to produce. So let's go. The first thing we need is a red tail. And for this one, we're going to use red wool yarn, as per the original fly. I'm going to change things up a bit regarding this. Not a lot, but a bit. So I better call it a variant. I don't know the origins of this fly. Where I first encountered it was from a sea trout fisherman on a Danish island called Bornholm. And that's also, I think, one of the places where this really has been used a lot. And they catch a lot of sea trout over there. So I'm not going to tie completely down into the bend here, because this way it will give the fly a more complete look. But I am gonna unfurl the wool yarn here. The tail here is a bit too long, so I'm going to trim that. Like so. Let's see if that was too short. Yeah, that's too short. Ah, god damn it. Oh yeah, sometimes things like that happen, but now I have to unwind all of this. I should have cut it way earlier, but yeah, you live and you learn. I'm just going to pull it a bit longer. There we go. Even a bit longer than that. For some reason the tail here is ruined. I'm gonna have to attach a new one, but that can happen. So I take a new piece of wool yarn, or woolly yarn, or however you say that. Yeah, that's better. That's perfect. And again, I'm gonna tie down the yarn here almost all the way up to the eye, because if I do that, I have a very uniform thickness of the body, which makes it easier for me to apply the dubbing in a second. For this one, we need a palmer hacker, and that should be in natural brown rooster. And you can't buy loose feathers for this, but I, as always, recommend that you buy a full cape, because a full cape gives you a lot more options regarding exactly what size of feather you want. So pick one out here, and you can see this feather. The feather has a curve, and this is the top side, the side that you see that's facing upwards on the cape, and underneath it's more dull in color, and that's the lower side, or the back side. And for this we want to tie this in so the fiber's natural curve will move backwards. So I'm going to tie this in the tip, basically just by pulling back some of the fibers here, and then the shiny side, the upper side, I'm gonna have that facing towards me, because then everything is gonna be perfect when I start turning my hackle. In the original pattern here, it's basically just black dubbing, but I was fooling around with a lot of different stuff when I wanted to tie this, and I found this spawn semi-seal dubbing in black mixed with UV fuchsia fibers, and this just looks really deadly for this pattern. So I'm gonna spice things up a bit for this classic pattern, and have added some fibers here that has a bit of fluorescent effect to them. Basically now we just need to make the body here. So as always, I make sure and try to have this taper. So it's going to be gradually denser and not denser and denser, but thicker and thicker as we move towards. So it's thin and then becomes thicker and thicker as we move towards the front of the fly here. Need a bit more dubbing for the final part to cover the last part of the red woolly yarn. And then I'm gonna leave my tying thread hanging there. Then I'm gonna take my, before I take my hackle and turn my palmer hackle, I'm gonna use my my dubbing brush to basically just make this more shaggy and pull out some of the fibers here to make it more see-through and also just look better. Then I'm gonna take my hackle and I'm gonna turn this. Aim for 4 or 5 turns of the hackle as you move up here. Try to have as evenly distance between your hackle as possible. I'm gonna take a single turn more at the front here to give it a slightly denser hackle to finish off the fly. I'm cutting off the feather here. And now I'm gonna pull out some of the dubbing that then got caught in the hackle. The original pattern does not have a rib, but if you want to have a fly that's more durable, you could turn counterclockwise a thin monofilament line or something to make your palmer hackle more durable, or even a gold rib or silver rib or whatever you prefer. I think gold would look best on this one. So there we go. Fold everything back. And now for the front hackle of this, we'll need a purple hackle. And I have a bag of matched purple hackle here, which are loose feathers, and these will get the job done. These are nice, but I have something also that I prefer even more. I have these really nice looking black laced whiting feathers here, and these are just amazing. So I'm gonna use one of these. Basically, what they are is they have purple tips. Then they have a broad band of not that broad, but a band of black, and then they have purple center as well. And these feathers just look awesome on your fly. So you can in the material kit for this fly on Nordic Anglers, you can choose between these two, but I must say I really like the way that it looks with this black laced whiting cape. There we go. Gonna cut away that part, and you want this final hackle here to be a bit longer than your palmer hackle. So I'm just gonna turn this and fold everything back, and I tied this exactly the same way as I did the first one. So it was with the shiny side, the top side, in towards myself. Should I do that? I'm gonna do one more turn of the hackle here. Like so. I'm gonna fold everything back, move the thread over the hackle, just towards the eye here, so my hackle feather is tied down. There we go. I'm gonna cut off the feather. And be careful not to cut your thread when you do this, making sure everything is pointing backwards. And then I'm gonna make my small head of the tying thread here. There we go. And then I'm gonna do a whip finish. And then I'm gonna add the varnish, and then the shadow is done. There's probably more than this pattern that's named the shadow, but it's just the direct translation from Danish to English. So a bit of varnish on there. And there you have it. small hackle fly that, because we have added the dubbing here, it has a bit of fluorescence as well. And as always, I see I have got some varnish in my eye here. You can just use your dubbing brush, not the dubbing brush, your dubbing needle to pull that out. But as I said, it's probably a fly, a wet fly that has the kind of composition of this is not something new, but it's a nice pattern, and a pattern that has caught numerous of Danish sea trouts, and that's just deadly and just looks nice, especially with the new with the added dubbing. I think that really it ties the fly quite awesome together. It tied the room together, man, to quote someone else. The rug tied that room together. Some of you might understand that reference, and some of you might not. If you do not, then I urge you to watch I'm gonna add a movie recommendation into this video. Watch The Big Lebowski. It's a fun movie. Otherwise, swing by Nordic Anglers to buy the full material kit for this fly, or one of the other 14,000 different fly tying products that we have in stock at Nordic Anglers. If you haven't done so, it would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to the channel. And otherwise, good luck fishing. Thank you for watching.